2, Brian Causey. Number 3, Nick DeSalvatore. Number 5, Jake Stovall. And number 16, Garrett Hatfield. In the midfield, number 6, Tanner Petrick. Number 7, Chris Harmon. Number 10, Kyle Smith. Number 11, Rowan Van Donen. And number 17, Jordan Grant. And striker, number 9, Jeff McClure. Cincinnati Dutch Lions coach by Terry Nichols. Ladies and gentlemen, now please rise and remove your caps and join us in honoring our country and those who serve it with the singing of our national anthem, sung tonight by Fairmont High School student and outstanding vocalist of the 2013 International Championship High School a cappella tournament, Alex Wonder.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cincinnati Dutch Lions soccer here at Corcoran Field on the campus of Xavier University in Cincinnati, Ohio, for tonight's debut of the Dutch Lions in the USL PDL, the Premier Development League. The Cincinnati Dutch Lions host the River City Rovers out of Louisville, Kentucky. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lee W. Mowen, and you're listening to tonight's game here on YouTube. Streaming live here on the Dutch Lions Gateway. Cincinnati and River City shaking hands on the artificial turf field here at Xavier University, right off Victory Parkway in Cincinnati. We're about ready for our first USL PDL match. Like I mentioned, the Dutch Lions hosting the River City Rovers. Let's go over your starting lineups tonight. First for the visitors, they're led by head coach Tyrone Marshall. In the net tonight for the Rovers is goalkeeper 00 Christian Carey. And your two forwards starting tonight is Ace Gagne, number 17, and number 12, and Chris Moore. Your four defenders in the back include number 4, Jerry Ramirez, Peter May, number 13, number 15, Joel Craig, and number 3, Robbie Tarver. And your four midfielders include Dylan Terry, number 5, Louis Barra, number 11, Lindo Mifeka, number 20, and Shaq Hamilton, number 9. Now here's your starters for the Dutch Lions. They're heading from right to left, an honorary kick off the big navy blue X. Dutch Lions heading from right to left, and River City left to right. In the net tonight for Cincinnati is the goalkeeper, single 0, Eric Oswald. Your defenders in the back include number 2, Brian Casey, number 3, Nick DeSalvatore, number 5, Jake Stovall, and number 16, Garrett Halfhill. And your midfielders include number 6, Tanner Petrick, number 7, Chris Harmon, number 10, Kyle Smith, number 11, Rovan Van Zahen, and number 17, Jordan Grant. And your striker is number 9, Jeff McClure. The head coach of Cincinnati's PDL team is Terry Nickel, with his assistant coach, Alan Grauhaus. We're about ready here. The Dutch Lions donning their orange jerseys with a large white stripe on the left-hand side, heading from the shoulder blade down to the waist. White letters and numbers, the Dutch Lions badge in that white stripe. And River City will be donning blue tops, blue kits with white sleeves, white letters and numbers on the front, and black shorts. White shorts for the Cincinnati Dutch Lions with blue socks. As we're about underway, the premiere of the Cincinnati Dutch Lions here in 2014 here at Corcoran Field on the campus of Xavier University. Dutch Lions head from right to left on your screens, River City left to right. And you're watching this on the Dutch Lions Gateway on YouTube. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast here, as we want to remind you fans, if you want scores, if you want stats, if you want news, and if you want a little bit more, visit uslpdl.com. Whistles blown, the Dutch Lions have the ball to begin our first half here. We're underway at Corcoran Field at Xavier University. River City moves the ball across the half line, over the heads of a defender, namely number 5, Jake Stovall, and with the ball in his yellow goalie jersey is Eric Oswald. They'll field a pass towards his left. Stovall moves it up on the field, off the foot of Chris Harmon, and River City takes it away right by the half line. Picked up by number 5 of the Rovers, that's Dylan Terry. It's a turnover, the Dutch Lions have it. About 35 seconds underway in our first half here. Cincinnati Dutch Lions versus the River City Rovers here at Xavier University. Cincinnati Dutch Lions looking to clear past the line. With it now is Petrick, Tanner Petrick, number 6. Fields a pass behind him for Kyle Smith. Now on the far side now for Garrett Halfhill. Back to Halfhill, right by the end line. He steps it back towards his goalie, Eric Oswald. Oswald donning a golden jersey with black letters and numbers and neon yellow bands around his elbows. Picked up by number 6, Tanner Petrick. Petrick now with it outside the 18-foot box. With it now is Petrick. Back to Petrick now as he looks to move it out of the field. Good stop by River City. Taking it back the other way was number 8. And Amar Sedik. Back with it now in the 18 box, off the foot of a Dutch line, looped over to the far hand side, picked up by Jerry Ramirez. Ramirez to his side, and that's a takeaway. Here come the Dutch Lions. Harmon with the ball, past the line, kicks it fast to McClure up front. McClure onside, pass towards his right, knocked out. And that is a corner kick, the first corner kick of the Dutch Lions season. Corner kick will happen on the near hand side. The goalie for River City is Christian Carey, 0 for the Rovers. He's got a red long sleeve jersey with a black horizontal stripe right by the chest. It looks like taking this corner kick is Tanner Petrick. We're in our third minute of action here at Corcoran Field. Nice crowd on hand for today's contest, as Petrick will ready himself for the corner kick in the near corner right by the entrance to this soccer park. Placed back in the 18 box for number 11, Rowan Van Zayen. Back towards the 6th box. Pick back up off the foot of Van Zayen, and River City looks to clear it away. Nice takeaway by Petrick on the near hand side. McClure is whistled offsides. It's River City's ball. No score here. Just about to exit our third minute of action here at Xavier University. The first ever game for the Cincinnati Dutch Lions, United Soccer League Premier Development League team. River City's got the ball on a free kick. It was an offsides against McClure and the Dutch Lions. On the near-hand side, there is River City's number 4, Jerry Ramirez, looping it back towards a Rover. Now picked back up by Joel Craig. Craig, near-hand side, studies in front of him. He waves a forward in front, bounces over towards his right, off the foot of Dylan Terry, and the Rovers will backtrack it back to their goalie, Carey. Carey loops it on the far-hand side now for the Rovers. In the 4th minute, the ball bounces out of bounds, and it will stay with River City. Last touch by the Lions here. Here comes River City with the ball near the far corner. As we have a Rover knocked down, the ball is loose, stopped by Shaq Hamilton. The ball rolls forward for the Rovers, taken away by the defenders of the Dutch Lions. Kick back to Eric Oswald, the goalie of Cincinnati. He kicks a soft pass towards his right. That's the far-hand side, if you're watching the video. Almost a takeaway by one of the Rovers, and number 11 in Louis Berra. And now the other number 11's got it, right by the X in Rowan Van Zaayen, and there will be a foul against the Rovers, giving Cincinnati a free kick. 4.5 played here at Xavier in the first game of the Dutch Lions PDL run. There is no score between the visiting River City Rovers out of Louisville, Kentucky, and the Cincinnati Dutch Lions. Nice header there by Garrett Halfhill. As River City controls the ball right in front of the big box. On the far-hand side now, there is there is number 4 in Jerry Ramirez. Jake Stovall, he controls the ball near hand side in the Dutch Lions defensive half of the field. Almost a takeaway, picked back up by Rowan Van Zaayen. Soft kick from Chris Harmon, taken away by the Rovers number 3, Robbie Tarver. And the blue jerseys have it on the far hand side. Louis Berra now heads towards the Xavier X. Finds a teammate towards his right now on the near hand side, picked up by Ramirez. Ramirez U-turns, heads back, and finds one of the Rovers defenders back to Ramirez. Ramirez, his pass gets away from an intended Sedic, and it's the Dutch Lions with the ball. Coming on strong through a pack is Chris Harmon, and a shot right at the goalie. Coming up big was Christian Carey. Carey in the box, he'll roll an underhanded pass for Jerry Ramirez. The Rovers control it again. Entering our 7th minute of action here in Cincinnati, Dutch Lions and Rovers are scoreless. Right by center field, almost taken away, but Amir Seddick, he controls it. Now picked up by number 4, Jerry Ramirez. Ramirez moves it forward. Dylan Terry looks to move it forward, and the referees say that is River City ball. It'll be a foul against Cincinnati. They'll place the ball about 7.5 to about 9 feet away from the X, heading towards the cameras. And as the referee in a neon green jersey blows his whistles. Here's your referees for today's game, ladies and gentlemen. Your center official is Trey Gaither, and your 2 assistants are Eric Tattersall and Carey Williams. McClure racing for the ball, but out of the box is Carey. He clears it away from an incoming striker. On the far-hand side, almost by the line. Sent back for the Rovers on the far-hand side. The defense moves it forward over the head of an incoming Lion, and just in the reach, bouncing off the foot. There is a goal for River City's number 5, Dylan Terry, and the Rovers lead 1-0 in our 8th minute of action. A goal for Dylan Terry, and that puts the visitors on top by a score here at Corcoran Field at Xavier University.
What's up?
Ball placed right in the center X.
River City goal, number 5.
Jeff McClure ready to kick it away. Kick it behind him for his team. River City leads 1-0 on the goal by Dylan Terry in the 8th minute of action. That stops the clock at 7:50 exactly, burnt off the game. Pass on the far hand side, off the foot of a Dutch Lion, sliding, trying to keep it Cincinnati's territory. Now picked up by Tanner Petrick. Petrick loops it around off the arm of a Rover. Play continues, play on, say the refs. And striping through, good power, was Lindo Metheka. And we have a whistle. Rover down his knees, helped himself up. That was Metheka. He was fouled. And they'll spot the ball behind half line on the far hand side. 1-0 River City in our 9th minute of action.
Okay, gotcha.
Kick on the near hand side. The Rovers looking to build their lead. Jerry Ramirez controls it with a Dutch Lion approaching on his right flank. Now picked back up by Terry. He has the lone goal of this contest. Move forward off the feet of a Dutch Lion. It'll go out of bounds, and it's River City's ball. Last touch by the Cincinnati Dutch Lions. Stays with the blue jerseys. Metheka moves it forward, and here comes McClure with the strike. He breaks away, 2 defensemen off the fingertips of River City's goalie, Christian Carey, and he will reel it in. Nice stop by the River City goalkeeper. Nothing River City. Dylan Terry with the strike for the Rovers. They're the visiting team in the blue jerseys, white numbers on the back. Cincinnati's in the orange. Past the half line, River City controls it. 3-on-3 right here. Behind the back of Shaq Hamilton, and Cincinnati looks to clear it to their goalie. Oswald finds a Dutch Lion towards his right. Chipped over now for Kyle Smith. Kyle Smith takes it a little bit slow. Taps the pass over for Petrick now. Petrick back to Kyle Smith. He's heading towards the Xavier X as Cincinnati's heading from right to left in this first half here at Xavier University. 1-0 River City, just into our 11th minute of contest. DeSalvatore has it. Finds Petrick behind him as the Dutch Lions look to move it away from a smothering River City forward group. Looped high in the air by Chris Harmon, off ahead of a Rover defender, and picked back up by number 11, Van Zaan. Nice stop by Garrett Halfhill. He kicks it towards the Dutch Lions bench, stays in bounds, and the Dutch Lions look to move it forward. We have a foul against River City. Cincinnati will have themselves a free mark, a free kick, if you will. Dylan Terry with the lone score of this contest thus far. Cincinnati controls it. There's Harmon. He's got a Rover approaching his flank very quickly. Harmon takes it almost into a pack of Rover defenders. The Dutch Lions were the last to touch it. It crosses the goal line. That's a goal kick for the visiting River City Rovers. Nice crowd on hand today here at Corcoran Field in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's where the Xavier Musketeers play their soccer. Very nice stadium. Beautiful, beautiful pitch. On the far hand side off the foot. Here comes River City on the attack. That's Robbie Tarver on the far hand side. Turns it over, but it's a nice swoop by Shaq Hamilton. River City controls it now. Almost out of the 12th minute of action here in our first half. Cincinnati trails River City 1-0. Far hand side, picked up by Jerry Ramirez. Off his foot, popped up high in the air, heading towards the goal line. Nice header by Cincinnati's Nick DeSalvatore, and we have a whistle right by that said goal line. It will be Cincinnati's ball. As Tanner Petrick looks on the near hand side. Looks like Jake Stovall is going to take it right by the goal line where that foul occurred against River City. High in the air on the near hand side, heading towards the blue X. Bounces once, twice on the artificial turf. River City comes up with it. Now with it now is number 8 in Seddick. Back over for Metheka. He loops it high in the air. Chasing it for Cincinnati is Brian Casey. Casey gets to the ball first, but we have an offsides against River City. And the Dutch Lions will have the ball. You're wondering what's going to happen today. There's a lot of halftime promotions, like I mentioned. There's an honorary first kick. Halftime. There's going to be a kick the crossbar challenge, including Kevin Huber of Cincinnati Bengals fame, the punter for the Bengals of the NFL. Past the half line and taken down the turf. Play on, as that was Kyle Smith taking a PCR official turf with him. The Rovers defense controls it. The 4 defenders for the Rovers. And they're moving now on the near hand side. Joel Craig controls it. To his right, there is Jerry Ramirez. Gentle pass up front, knocked away by the Rover, and it's sent back to the goalie, Christian Carey. 1-0 River City in our 14th minute of action here on a cloudy Saturday night in Cincinnati, Ohio, the Queen City they call it. Jerry Ramirez controls it for River City on the near hand side. Finds a Rover in front. That was number 17, Ace Gagne. Turnover, Dutch Lions have it just south of the X. McClure kicks it back behind him, down the feet of Kyle Smith. Far hand side, here come the Dutch Lions inside the 18 box. Drop, nice drop for Kyle Smith, and it's popped high in the air. Near hand side, controlled by Van Zion. Van Zion loops it high in the air off the header of a Rover. That's the second corner kick of the night for Cincinnati. This will happen on the far hand side now. Cincinnati with 2 corner kicks, River City yet to strike one. Halfway through our 15th minute of action, and taking this corner kick for the Orange Tops is Tanner Petrick. Petrick stops it right by the red flag. Second corner kick of the day for Cincinnati. 1-0 River City is our score. There's the corner kick popped high in the air, heading towards the 6 box. Header way high in the air and wide by Cincinnati's number 16, Garrett Halfhill. That will be a goal kick for Christian Carey in his red goalie jersey. Carey waits the perfect time to strike the soccer ball. Pops it high in the air, heading towards the Xavier X. It'll clear the half line, headed back towards Cincinnati's side of things. Nice stop by the Dutch Lions' Chris Harmon. He controls it for the orange jerseys. Harmon controls it through the sea of Cincinnati defenders now. On the far hand side, there is number 2, Brian Casey. And Casey finds a nice pass, trying to loop it to McClure. There's a shot actually on Carey, the goalie for River City, as he'll roll it towards his left on the far hand side. Just about ready for our 17th minute of action here at Corcoran Field at Xavier University. Historic university, lots of old buildings. Very beautiful neighborhood off Victory Parkway. Far hand side, nice pass for the Rovers number 17, Gagne. Gagne loops it high in the air. Oswald will watch it bounce behind him. And that will be a goal kick for Cincinnati. A 6-yarder. Oswald moves it forward. Back over for Tanner Petrick. Towards his right. There's Halfhill. Halfhill will find Brian Casey on the far hand side. 1-0 River City is our score. Cincinnati trying to clear it out of their defensive line. Christian Carey, the goalie for the Rovers, and Eric Oswald for Cincinnati. Dylan Terry with the strike in the 8th minute of action for River City. Out of bounds, it's Cincinnati's ball to the right of their bench on the far hand side. Pops up in the air, high kick up in the sky. The Dutch Lions look to head it off the left foot, and it's McClure heading towards the near hand side. 2 Rovers check him. And McClure loses the ball, kicked away out of bounds by River City, still Cincinnati's ball. Petrick has an incoming Rover right on his tail towards his right. He'll find another Dutch Lion. That's number 10, Kyle Smith. Back to Smith. Smith looks around. Behind him, there is Stovall. Stovall moves it ahead. Picked up by Kyle Smith. Towards his right, there's Chris Harmon. Harmon's pass intended for Petrick, taken away by the blue jerseys, and here comes River City on the march. Gagne. He tries to loop a pass up and ahead of Dylan Terry for his second goal, but the Dutch Lions put a mark on the back of the striker, the midfielder, I should say. Kyle Smith comes up a bit far-hand side. Just about ready for our 19th minute of action here in Cincinnati. 1-0 River City is our score. Far-hand side, the 4 Rover defenders chasing number 17 in Jordan Grant of Cincinnati. Grant controls it. Far-hand side, pulling it out of the corner. Now picked up by Harmon. Harmon spots it to Smith behind him. Smith, Stover now. Stovall. Gentle pass up front. There's Petrick. Petrick pushed in the back. Ball comes loose, and Stovall comes in with it. Dutch Lions in their orange jerseys heading from right to left. River City heading from left to right. Far hand side, here's Brian Casey. Casey loops it high in the air. Popped up near the 6-yard box and taken away by Cincinnati. Nice job by Van Zonen. River City comes back up with the ball near hand side. Dylan Terry swipes it away, finds a blue jersey on the navy blue X. There is Ace Gagne, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. It's Cincinnati's. 20 minutes of action here. I spy fans in the seats and on this slope with vuvuzelas, black vuvuzelas to my right. Great turnout of youth soccer fans. Great turnout of fans just ready to see some quality soccer down here at Corcoran Field in Cincinnati. Dutch Lions part of the USL PDL. Strike in the 6-yard box, taken away by River City. Started up by Jordan Grant, trying to loop a pass, but there was a couple Rovers taking the ball away. And here comes Emar Sednik. Moving it forward. Here comes a good strike off the hands of Oswald, and that will be a corner kick for River City. Nice job by Oswald. He deflects that ball high off his hands. It goes behind his net. And River City will take their first corner kick of the night. The corner kick count is 2-1 Cincinnati. And it looks like the Rovers will send Emar Sednik on the far corner for the first River City corner kick. 1-0 River City, our score here at Corcoran Field, the campus of Xavier University. Sednik raises his left arm as he boots the corner kick off the head. What appears to be Ace Gagne, and it's Cincinnati's taken away. McClure with 2 blue jerseys spotting him, and McClure gets stripped of the ball. River City has it again. Just off the foot of a Rover, Emir Sednik, and it's out of bounds on the orange jerseys. River City controls it. Our 21st minute of action, now heading into our 22nd minute of action, where River City commands a 1-0 lead thus far in the first half. Barra towards his left, now picked up by Ramirez on the near-hand side. River City in the blue jerseys. Ramirez moving towards the goalkeeper, Christian Carey. Carey's had a couple of nice saves tonight for River City. Lindo Mafeka controls it now for the Rovers, far-hand side of the pitch. Mafeka again moves it forward, bounces off a Rovers foot, and Louis Barra maintains on his feet, pops it up in the air, just out of the reach of Ramirez, Jerry Ramirez. A fan catches that ball, and it's the Cincinnati Dutch Lions with the throw in. 22nd minute of action here in Cincinnati. Dutch Lions trail the River City Rovers 1-0. So far, Carey, pitching a clean sheet. Stays inbounds on the near-hand side. Chasing that ball is Nick DeSalvatore, and it's stripped away from him by the blue-clad Rovers. Mafeka behind him. 2 defenders guarding the River City goalie Carey. Ramirez, his pass knocked away by Petrick, and it will bounce out of bounds. The referee says last touch by Cincinnati. It's the visitors from Louisville that will have the ball again. Ramirez throws it towards his right, out of the reach And bounce back by Dylan Terry. Moves it up front, just out of the reach for Ace Gagne, wanting to expand that River City lead. Oswald kicks it high in the air, heading towards the few forwards for Cincinnati. McClure watches River City Rover and Peter May control it. May will slowly jog over towards the goalie. Back for May, far hand side. May looks towards his right. Gentle kick for Mafeka. Mafeka crosses it now for Jerry Ramirez, near hand side. Ramirez points back towards their own goalie. There's a kick high in the air, crossing the X off the head of a Dutch Lion and Garrett Halfhill. Far hand side now for Cincinnati. 1-0 River City in our 24th minute of action here at the campus of Xavier University. You've never been to this pitch. It's artificial turf. Concrete corners around the side. One bend on the far hand side. And here comes a nice chance by Gagne. Gagne strikes. He is wide to the right of the net. Goal kick Cincinnati. Goal kick for the Dutch Lions of Cincinnati as Oswald retrieves the ball right by the near corner. Unlike the far corner with a smooth bend, it is a 90-degree corner on the near hand side. On the far corner as well, you can see some of the Xavier Musketeers soccer accomplishments. Currently in the Big East Conference, there's a header by River City as play carries on. There's Stovall, and he finds McClure near hand side. McClure trying to outrace number 4, Jerry Ramirez. McClure turns it over, and it's River City controlling the ball. Louis Berra back inside the big box, and it's kicked out of bounds. It's kicked out of bounds on the near hand side. The referee will chase the ball. River City Rovers 1, Cincinnati Dutch Lions 0. Just exiting our 25th minute of action here. YouTube is the league's official online video home, offering live games and feature content. Subscribe to Dutch Lions Gateway, free to the USL PDL YouTube channel today. Right now we have Ramirez leaning on his ankles, crouched down. He is back up. And one of the Rovers has the soccer ball tucked into his jersey. That's Dylan Terry. He scored our only goal thus far in the 8th minute of action here. That's why River City is on top, 1-0. The clock continues as we're now in our 26th minute of action. It is Cincinnati throwing it into the goalie. Far hand side, Christian Carey. Puts it on the far hand side for the Rovers. Far hand side for Joel Craig now. Craig looks around, makes a kick, now passes over in front of him towards his left, and Cincinnati's putting some pressure on the River City defenders. Now Lindo Mafeka has it. A sea of orange in front of Mafeka, but it's nicely cleared away for Amir Sednik. Loops it forward off the back of a Dutch line. Here comes number 5, Terry. Terry's got it. Pass over towards his right, finds Shaq Hamilton. Hamilton right by the corner. He's shoved down to the turf. And that's a goal kick in favor of Cincinnati. Great crowd on hand. Not to jinx ourselves here at Corcoran Field. So far, no rain in the skies. It's been a cool spring night, perfect for a little football. We're about ready for our 28th minute of action here at Xavier University. 1-0 River City is the score. Chester by McClure, chased by number 11 and Van Zonen. River City takes it away, but here comes Stovall, Jake Stovall. He'll stop it on the near hand side. A couple yards away from his goalie and towards the left. McClure tangled up. There's Van Zonen. He's got a streaking DeSalvatore on the near hand side. DeSalvatore ball by the goal line, crosses it off the header of River City, and a header over the goalie's net by Kyle Smith. Goal kick River City. That's a goal kick for Rivers City as Carey lines it up inside his box. 1-0 Rovers is our score. The first ever game in the United Soccer League PDL, the Premier Development League, for the Cincinnati Dutch Lions. Popped up in the air, over the blue exit will go, and the Dutch Lions defense will do the trick. There is Casey to the far hand side. Dutch Lions moving from right to left. 1-0 River City in our 29th minute of action. We have a foul against River City. It will be Cincinnati ball far hand side on a free kick. Casey with his orange jersey blowing in the wind. Nice gentle breeze on top of this hill at Corcoran Field. Picked up by Kyle Smith. Smith towards his left. He'll find Rowan Van Zonen. And now Nick DeSalvatore has it, back for Van Zonen. Stovall towards his right, back in the attacking side of Cincinnati's field. Here comes Garrett Halfhill towards his right, in front of the Cincinnati bench. They'll find Casey, popped up in the air by Chris Harmon, and it's heading for an incoming Lions to make it Lions forward. Chasing it will be Van Zonen, kicked out of his reach, and it's out of bounds on the Dutch Lions. Here comes a throw in by the blue jerseys. That's the River City Rovers out of Louisville, Kentucky. If River City sounds familiar to you, last year the USL Pro team of the Dutch Lions, the Dayton Dutch Lions, who, by the way, will be celebrating a home opening in West Carrollton tomorrow. They played River City in the Lamar Hart US Open. Out of bounds, it's River City's ball. And taking this throw in will be Shaq Hamilton. Hamilton behind the line. He gets a whistle from the referee, middle of the field, saying back up. And Ramirez looks for an open target. Cincinnati doing a nice job neutralizing targets to throw to. Cincinnati burps it forward, out of the reach of a Rover in number 11, Louis Berra. And here comes Cincinnati, a takedown. That is River City with the foul. And here comes a free kick for the hometown Dutch Lions. And we have a yellow card. It's a yellow card on number 11, Louis Berra, with that takedown. In our 31st minute of action. The referee books him. Our first card here. Louis Berra with the yellow card. The first one we see in the game. That's his first, and he's booked once. One more yellow card for Berra, and he's done for this game and the next game, which happens to be on River City's turf against these same Cincinnati Dutch Lions. On the near hand side, DeSalvatore watches the ball popped up in the air, and it'll be Petrick stopping it. Petrick stops it, throw in to Petrick, off the chest of DeSalvatore. Nice stripe away by River City. And it stays inbounds for only a split second, out of bounds on River City. Cincinnati gets another throw in. In our 32nd minute of action here in Cincinnati, River City leads Cincinnati 1-0. Dylan Terry with the strike in the 8th minute of this contest. Petrick near hand side towards his left. There's DeSalvatore. DeSalvatore, a gentle flick for Van Zonen in front and towards the right. Petrick loops it in the air over the head of Smith. Now off the foot of Mir Seddick. Here comes River City. Shaq Hamilton, near hand side, races against DeSalvatore. Hamilton crosses just out of the reach of Louis Berra. He had a lot of open net to shoot at, and it is out of bounds on Cincinnati. Here's a throw in by the Rovers. They're continuing the attack, and trying to barge through with a shot was number 3. Robbie Tarver tries to cross it up with a pass on the near hand side, but there's 2 Dutch Lions covering a streaking striker for River City. Rovers have it far hand side. Off the head of number 2 for Cincinnati and Brian Casey. Now picked back up by the Rovers. Nice cross back to Shaq Hamilton, near hand side. Kick heading towards the half circle. Pop back up, heading towards the Xavier X. And it's picked back up by River City's Amir Seddick, number 8. Bouncer in and getting his second goal past an overstretched Eric Oswald. Dylan Terry gives River City a 2-0 lead in our 33rd minute. Dylan Terry, 1 goal away from a hat trick as the Rovers now lead 2-0 in our 33rd minute. Dylan Terry had a great chance as the goalkeeper Eric Oswald was in the far side of the box, pulled away trying to stop the ball, bounces over for Dylan Terry, and he makes the Dutch Lions pay twice.
In the 33rd minute, River City goal, number 5, Dylan Terry.
Dylan Terry with his second strike of this 2014 campaign. And the Dutch Lions find themselves down 2. Near hand side. There is Rowan Van Zaan taking a tumble, foul on River City. Free kick for the Lions. We're in our 34th minute here at Corcoran Field in Cincinnati on the campus of Xavier University. 2-0 River City now. Out of bounds on River City, and Cincinnati gets a throw in, far hand side. Casey will find Jordan Grant up in the air, off his feet, and the Dutch Lions defense trying to keep it away from a hungry Rover. That is Ace Gagne. Gagne tangled up, loses the ball to Kyle Smith. It'll bounce off the Dutch Lions bench. It's Cincinnati with the throw in. Gagne moves it forward, far hand side. 2-0 Rovers our score. 35th minute of action here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Ramirez all alone near hand side. Looks to cross that line. Shaq Hamilton in front. As it's picked back up by Sedic. Back for Sedic. He looks to get past 2 orange jerseys. Loops it back for Ramirez. As the Rovers have scored 2 goals, both from Dylan Terry. First in the 8th minute, and the second in the 33rd. We're now exiting our 35th minute of action here in Cincinnati. 2-0 River City. The grand debut of the Cincinnati Dutch Lions Football Club. 36th minute now here in Cincinnati. River City has it. Far hand side. Ramirez all alone, along with Shaq Hamilton. Hamilton now looks to lace it to Ramirez. Off the foot of a Dutch line, out of bounds. Throw in for River City. Over the head of Hamilton. Stopped, popped in the air by number 20 and Ace. So scratch that. That is Lindo Mafeka. And we will have a foul, looks like. It will be a foul on Cincinnati. Free kick for River City. And they'll spend that free kick, kicking it backwards towards the Rovers defenders. Sedic kicks it. And Shaq Hamilton dragged a little bit on the artificial turf, trying to keep that ball in bounds. He'll find Ramirez behind him. Now picked up by the Rovers. We have offsides past the last line of defense. That was River City's Ace Gagne, number 17. And that is about the 4th offsides we've seen today here in Cincinnati. Off the belly of a Dutch line, Chris Harmon. Towards his left, there is Zonin. And into the gloves of 00 Christian Carey. That's another save for River City's goalie. Kicked high in the air. And we have an offsides flag raised by the linesman on the near hand side. It's an offsides against River City on that kick by the goalie. Cincinnati will get it a few yards east of the X. Nice kick for DeSalvatore. He's on the near hand side. And it's River City with a throw in. Out of bounds on the Dutch Lions. Taken away now by Joel Craig, who will find Lindo Mafeka in front. 38th minute of action. River City 2, Cincinnati 0. River City from Louisville, Kentucky. Far hand side now for the Rovers. Up front, off the foot of Ace Gagne. Rovers looking to tack on another goal. Just out of the reach of the defender, Brian Casey. He'll let it bounce out of bounds, and he'll settle for a Cincinnati throw-in. Halfway through our 38th minute of action, it is 2-0 River City. Casey, far hand side, pass towards his left. Here come the Dutch Lions heading towards that half line. Now for McClure, striker Jeff McClure. Behind him, there is Kyle Smith. Move forward, incoming, here comes Brian Casey trying to strip the ball away. It's a goal kick. River City has this goal kick. The far linesman says Cincinnati was the last one to touch it. Nice attempt by Casey trying to stripe it away from a Rover, get it off him. But it was not meant to be as Casey lines up for this goal kick. Cincinnati warming up a couple bodies on the far hand side. There's the goal kick off a header of a Dutch Lion off the right shoe of Jordan Grant. Grant finds Petrick far hand side, out of bounds on River City, and Cincinnati gets a throw in to the right of their bench. 39th minute, about ready for our 40th minute of action here, where River City commands a 2-0 lead here at Xavier University. Bouncer in front of Tanner Petrick, and here comes River City, a 2-on-2, incoming, streaking away, that looks to be Shaq Hamilton. Scratch that, that is not Shaq Hamilton, he's on the near hand side of the field. Takeaway by Cincinnati in the 40th minute. Chester by Lindo Mafeka, and River City, they've done a marvelous job controlling the ball thus far. They have the ball again offensively. Jerry Ramirez, near hand side, Shaq Hamilton. Hamilton bounces towards the right hand side, heading towards that box, crosses into the hands of Eric Oswald. And Cincinnati comes away with the ball. Just out of reach of a diving Rover, a sliding Rover even, as Chris Harmon with a pass towards the left. It's Robin Van Zon, chipper for McClure, and we have a Cincinnati offsides in the 40th minute of action. Just out of the boxes, River City will take this offsides kick, and there is Mafeka. Towards his right, there's Hamilton back for Ramirez. Ramirez controls around the defenders. 41st minute of action now in Cincinnati. 2-0 Rovers is our score. Bear on the far hand side. He's got a yellow card. He got that booking in the 31st minute. Just 10 minutes ago. Ramirez all along calls for the ball, but there will be a stop by Joel Craig, who will anchor the defense. Now back for Ramirez, near hand side. Two orange jerseys chase the ball, and the goalie, Christian Carey, will have a chance to reset. Craig for Mafeka. Mafeka looks around. McClure, he wants that ball back for Cincinnati. Chip back to Christian Carey, and the goalkeeper plays it with his feet, kicks it low, and nice stop by Cincinnati. The Dutch Lions have the ball. Nice stop by a Dutch Lion, namely Kyle Smith, as the Lions were trying to get to a streaking Van Zonen, but here comes Mafeka and the Rovers. Nice chip on the near hand side. There's Ace Gagne. Gagne, he loses the ball to Jake Stovall, and Oswald comes up with it in the 6-yard box. 42nd minute of action here in Cincinnati. It is 2-0 River City out of Louisville, Kentucky. Back for Shaq Hamilton. Ramirez streaking, heading towards the near corner. Ramirez back for Shaq Hamilton. Hamilton chips it off his left foot, picks it back up with his right, and now the reach of Sedek. Hamilton trying to streak for that ball again. It's picked back up by Rowan Van Zonen. Like I mentioned earlier in this first half of action, River City thus far has done a marvelous job controlling the ball. Cincinnati has only had a few attempts on carry. But River City has controlled it in their offensive side for most of this contest. River City 2, Cincinnati 0. Dylan Terry, the midfielder, has 2 goals for the Rovers, donning blue tonight. That's blue jerseys, white sleeves, white numbers on the back. Cincinnati orange jerseys, their last names in white, and numbers in white as well. White stripe on the left-hand side with the Dutch Lions crest in the middle of that streak. Lindo Mafeka controls it, near hand side. Gentle burp towards his left, back for Mafeka. McClure coming in. Nice takeaway by Cincinnati's Tanner Petrick. There's Kyle Smith on the race. 7 orange jerseys attacking the box. And just through the legs of Chris Harmon, River City will get it out of the box, but Cincinnati still has that soccer ball. Tanner Petrick chips it near hand side. Pick for DeSalvatore. DeSalvatore crosses it. Here's a shot, bounces past the line, but no, the goal will not count. McClure tries to chip it in. He's knocked down. He has the ball behind him in the 44th minute. To the right, Kyle Smith burps it towards the left, and that will be a goal kick for River City. Rovers 2, Dutch Lions 0 here at Corcoran Field at Xavier University. Like I mentioned, we have a great turnout of fans. I don't see a seat in the first 3 rows where the bleachers are. I don't see an open seat down there. There's plenty of grass to sit on here. Lots of youth teams have taken that option. It's quite a nice crowd here in Cincinnati. Petrick chips it. There's now Van Zonen on that kick. Van Zonen fires it behind him. Petrick looks towards the right-hand side of the field. There's Chris Harmon. Harmon strikes. Bouncer out of the reach of the goalie. And that is a corner kick for Cincinnati. They're saying it bounced between the hands of Christian Carey. Dutch Lions with their 3rd corner kick of the night. And this will be Tanner Petrick taking it in the 45th minute of action. 44-20 is the exact amount of time gone as River City chips that corner kick away. Nice stripe by the Dutch Lions on the far hand side, but it's heading back towards midfield. Out of the reach of Casey, he'll block off a River City rover, and it's Cincinnati's ball on the throw-in. About 20 seconds before we have stoppage time added. I believe that is a thing in USL PDL play. Bounces foul out of bounds, and here's Brian Casey. Looks over towards his right. There is Jeff McClure. Jeff McClure fires behind him. Now picked up by Harmon. Harmon tangled up with 2 Rovers in the 46th minute. Oswald way out of this box, a few feet in front. Finds Stovall towards the left. Popped up in the air, heading towards the far hand side. Header by River City's Peter May. And this will bounce in front of the scorekeeper, the music player, and the operations folks who are making this a great environment. It will be Cincinnati on the throw-in. In our 46th minute of action, River City has a 2-0 lead with 2 goals from midfielder Dylan Terry. Terry, he looks for that pass. He'll let Mafeka bounce it off his feet. Mafeka reverses course, knocked down to the turf. Rovers wanted a foul there, and they're not getting one as Cincinnati has it now, far hand side. Van Zonen, he'll roll towards his right. There's a Dutch line trying to streak away from Dylan Terry. That was Casey. Now, in our 46th minute, just 33 seconds past the 45-minute mark, and the referees blow their whistle. Looks like that's it. The first half.
That's the end of the first half, fans, with the score.
River City leads 2-0 against Cincinnati here in the first game ever for the PDL Dutch Lions squad. So what can you expect during this halftime? The Vice President of the Cincinnati Dutch Lions, Koen Driesen, President Mike Mossel, one of the board members of the Dutch Lions, Dr. Suresh Gupta, and Columbus Crew assistant coach Robert Maskent, and also Asher Mendelson, the director of soccer operations, will be on the field as well. And then we'll have a kick the crossbar challenge with Cincinnati Bengals punter Kevin Huber and former Xavier University soccer player, former Dayton Dutch Lions USL Pro Team member, and Columbus Crew member in Matt Walker. And Ruud Gullit, international soccer star, playing the 1990 World Cup and the Euro 88. He'll be a contestant here as well. We'll step aside here on the Dutch Lions Gateway. Halftime score, River City Rovers 2, Cincinnati Dutch Lions 0. Stay with us, folks.
Also welcome President of the Dutch Lions, Mike Mossel. Cincinnati Dutch Lions board member, Dr. Suresh Gupta. Fans, it's time for the kick, the crossbar challenge. Here are our contestants. First, we have Cincinnati Bengals punter, Kevin Huber. Kevin is a graduate of the University of Cincinnati and was twice recognized as an All-American. He was considered one of the top punter prospects in his class and was drafted in the 5th round of the 2009 NFL Draft by the Bengals. Welcome, Kevin Huber. Our next contestant, representing the Dayton Dutch Lions USL Pro Team and the Columbus Crew, Matt Walker. Matt is a graduate of Xavier University, where he made 79 appearances for the Musketeers in his 4 years. Also welcome Matt Williams, current 3-year starting goalkeeper for the Dayton Dutch Lions and graduate of the University of Cincinnati. While at Cincinnati, he earned all Big East third team honors, and in his senior season ranked 9th in the nation in goals against average and held opponents to only 14 goals in 19 matches. Matt Williams. And finally, we have international star, Ruud Gullit. Ruud was the captain of the Netherlands national team that was victorious at Euro 88 and was also a member of the squad for the 1990 World Cup. He was named the European Footballer of the Year in 1987 and the World Soccer Player of the Year in 1987 and 1989. Each contestant will get 3 chances to hit the crossbar. The person who connects the most times will win a jersey signed by all the special guests participating in the crossbar challenge. In the case of a tie, there will be a knockout round in which the contestants will take extra shots until the first person hits the crossbar again. Our first crossbar challenger, Kevin Huber.
Each penalty is a free kick. So after that, it's free kicks to whoever. I think that's it. Otherwise, you can park. I mean, it's great. I know it's hard.
Next
to
contestant,
figure out
Matt
who and
Walker.
by the time you figure out somebody's number and name, it's up to somebody else.
What time do you want me back on after this?
Not until they get ready to start.
Thank you.
Now Matt Williams. And finally, Ruud Gullit. they've extended the contest to 5 kicks.
They can hear you.
Fans, here is your final selection. In the championship, Kevin Huber versus Matt Walker. Let's cheer them on.
Oh, man. What one player y'all was asking about? Injuries can happen to anyone, whether it's college, pros, or the weekend player. All athletes went back into the game. Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine reaches out to athletes of all ages with their first-class comprehensive orthopedic centers dedicated to the patient. We support you looking for a better way to live and stay active in the tri-state, so we are here. Our Beacon team live and work in your community, and we invite you to call or email us. Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we believe patients come first.
Let's go, boys. Let's do this, yeah? Keeper? Yeah? Whoa.
When it stays on. When it stays on, lads? Yeah. If when it stays on, it's some Cristiano Ronaldo then. Yeah? Oh, I'm Neymar.
Oh, wait.
You know I try so hard, but I think you don't see because I'm moving so fast. We call it rock and rolling. My weapon seems just because you're on to me. You are impossible to read. You're always straight control. Oh, 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 it's a listen. Oh, 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 it's a listen. Oh, 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 it's a listen. Gonna do a voodoo dance until you feel my power now.
Neymar will never do that.
And the crowd goes wild. Son, I've got 50,000 fans screaming my name. That's not fair. Well, I've got boots that aren't even out yet.
The challenge perfectly timed.
Dad, how you doing?
Você não parece Davi Luiz. Você tem uma peruca feia.
You mean Iniesta?
Zlatan thinks that Zlatan should take it. Sono contento di non essere lui.
It's a good header, though.
Get that! Come on! Come on! Come on!
It can't be the hope.
Ronaldo, vai Cristiano, lindo o passe, vai garoto, vai nessa garoto, linda fita, vai fazer, chega Davi Luiz, opa! That could be a penalty!
Penalty, Rui.
Die! Penalty! Die! Joe! Silva! They're going to give the penalty. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. But hold on a second.
Ma che è questo?
He's taken the ball off Cristiano Ronaldo.
Feel like you're locked into an automotive lease? SwapAlease.com has the key for you. No hassle, just a quick, easy, and inexpensive way to exit your auto lease. Log on and let SwapAlease.com show you how. If you want to get out of your lease, just go to SwapAlease.com.
When you think about Olympic athletes, you think about determination, passion, experience, compassion, pride, and aspiring to be the very best in their sport. You can expect the exact same qualities from the caring professionals at Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And now you can experience Olympic quality training with our D1 training facility at Beacon's Summitwood location. D1 offers experienced, customized training programs for all athletic levels, in addition to offering adult training programs. Beacon is extremely proud to provide full-service gold medal care and treatment to you and your family, all in our state-of-the-art facilities. Our goal is for you to be healthy and stronger so that you can make the very best at your game. Call us today at 354.
Welcome back here to Corcoran Field on the campus of Xavier University in Cincinnati, Ohio, the Queen City of the Buckeye State. Your halftime score, River City Rovers 2, Cincinnati Dutch Lions 0. And you can thank midfielder Dylan Terry with both of those goals. He scored once in the 8th minute and once in the 33rd. We'll switch sides. The River City Rovers get the ball for the second half. They are now heading from right to left, just what Cincinnati was doing the first half. And the Dutch Lions reverse course. They're now heading from left to right. River City in the blue jersey, Cincinnati in the orange. Let's play some more. A bounce on the far hand side, giving chase for Cincinnati is Garrett Halfhill. Your goalie in the net, Eric Oswald. He gave up 2 goals for Dylan Terry. He's still in the net for Cincinnati. The Dutch Lions look to move it up. They had some good chances in the closing moments of the first half. But most of all, it's been River City ball for most of the contest. Rovers lead 2-0. Pass intended for Casey, knocked away by Kyle Smith. The Dutch Lions defense looks to move it up. Casey now, near hand side, rolls past that half line. Off the foot of McClure, moved forward by Petrick, and there is a Rover defender knocking it back, and it will bounce a couple times before crossing the out of bounds line. It will be a throw in for Cincinnati. The Dutch Lions have the ball, far hand side. 4 defenders almost watch the Rovers strip the ball away. There was a substitution for the second half. Chris Moore, who is listed as a starter, but instead Amara Sedek started for River City. Chris Moore takes the place of Jerry Ramirez. So 12 in, 4 out for the Rovers at the half. This ball knocked back in Cincinnati's side of things on the near hand side, and chasing it for the Dutch Lions will be number 16 and Garrett Halfhill. He's on the near-hand side. Petrick is in front of him. Tanner Petrick past that white line south of the Xavier X. The same place where the Musketeers play soccer, mainly in the fall, but you will see some spring games here and there for the Muskies. Knocked back for River City. They're donning blue jerseys tonight. And a takeaway by number 11 and Louis Berra. He has a yellow card, the only yellow card of the game thus far. He got that booking at the 31st minute. Cincinnati has it, moved forward for Petrick. Actually, that is Harmon. Petrick is on the far hand side north of the X as River City controls the ball right in front of the operations table. Moving forward underneath the armpit, that was Chris Moore. Moore's got some good speed on him for the Rovers as the Dutch Lions cross the board. There is McClure. He leaves it behind. Here comes Rowan Van Zonen. Van Zonen, nice pass. And there's Grant. Grant shot, and it bounces in for the first Dutch Lions goal of franchise history. Grant, near hand side, chips it to the far net of Christian Carey. But it stays away from the hands of Christian Carey. And that bounces in for Cincinnati's first goal and USL Premier Development League play. 2-1 River City in our 49th minute of action here in Cincinnati. River City now heading from right to left. Chipped off the foot of Dylan Terry. He's a goal shy away from a hat trick. On the far hand side, there's Joel Craig. Craig kicks it back towards his goalie, Christian Carey, who just conceded his first goal of the night. His clean sheet has been ripped off and torn to pieces. Bouncer off the chest of a Dutch line, stripping away. Here comes River City answering right back. Sedek, far hand side. Back for Sedek, heading towards the far corner, just shy of the 18-yard box. Popped up high in the air, and it will stay in bounds as a Dutch Lion chases it. He looks to bounce Dylan Terry away. It stays in bounds, and Cincinnati comes up with the ball. We have a whistle, and it's a foul on Brian Casey. And here comes a free kick for River City. It's on the near hand side, and actually scratch that. It'll be a throw in. Dylan Terry with that throw in. Tries to bounce it at the 12-yard marker. That's where penalty kicks are taken. And here comes Grant. Nice takeaway. It's a 3-on-4 coming up. 2 Rovers approach. Grant pops it high in the air, far hand side. And McClure keeps it in bounds away from the goal line. McClure circles around his defender. Picked up far hand side for Van Zonen. Van Zonen ropes it back, far hand side behind him, and Cincinnati continues their attack. East of the X, that's Kyle Smith. Now on the far hand side, loose ball comes up for Dylan Terry. Terry starts to rally. Now there is Ace Gagne. Gagne triangled. He breaks away through most of them, but he can't contain the ball. Dylan Terry now has it as he tries to rope a pass in front of him. Knocked down by Cincinnati, and it will be kicked out of bounds by the Dutch Lions. Throw in on the way by the Blue Kits. Just a reminder, fans, make sure to follow USL PDL on Twitter for all the latest updates, and don't forget to check out uslpdl.com for scores, stats, news, and a whole lot more. River City heading from right to left. They have the ball in their offensive side of the field. Robbie Tarver turns the ball over, and Grant pokes it through the half-field line. McClure on the chase, and keeping away from him was Peter May. Into Christian Carey's possession it will go, and a chip pass on the far hand side for River City. Rovers 2, Dutch Lions 1. That goal for Cincinnati was Jordan Grant, his first, Cincinnati's first, in the 48th minute of the game. So good start for the Dutch Lions. They trail by 1 again. There's Dylan Terry. He's looking for his third goal. He won't get it as Eric Oswald comes up with a scoop. Meanwhile, stripping it away for River City, Lindo Mafeka. Great speed for a midfielder. So he loops it to Terry now. Terry's pass heading towards the far hand side, finds an orange jersey. Harmon, he watches a blue jersey taken away from him from Joel Craig. Now if it is Amar Sedek on the near hand side, controlled by River City. Popped up near by Mafeka. On the far hand side, almost taken away by Dutch Lion. Nice stop. And a nice opportunity for Rowan Van Zon to strip it away, but the ball bounces into the net of the Dutch Lions, and River City now leads 3-1. In the 53rd minute of action, River City reclaims a 2-goal lead in our 53rd minute of action. River City back up by 2. Dylan Terry with both of the goals in the first half. His first in the 8th minute, his second in the 33rd. And we will let you know who gets this third goal for the Rovers donning blue jerseys.
River City score, number 17, Ace Gagne.
Ace Gagne with the strike. In the 52nd minute of action. Ace Gagne has had some good looks in the first half, and he pokes it past the jumping Eric Oswald, and Cincinnati trails 3-1. Sedek moves it forward. River City looking to pour on some more. There's a crosser just wide left from Shaq Hamilton, and it's a goal kick for the Cincinnati Dutch Lions, donning orange. Oswald, the goalie, he has a gold top, long sleeve issue for the goalie, and he's got neon yellow bands around his elbows. Meanwhile, Christian Carey, the Rovers goalie, he's wearing red with a black horizontal stripe at the chest. Rovers in blue, Lions in orange. With it back is number 5, Dylan Terry. Terry to the right. He'll find a fellow Rover, and it's back for Amar Sedic. Behind him is a Rover, and the two defenders will play it up on Cincinnati's offensive side of the field. Nice moves by Peter May, keeps the ball in his possession. He loops it, and the Dutch Lions will let the goalie stop it just out of the 18-yard box. What a beautiful night for football in Cincinnati. The Dutch Lions playing their first USL Premier Development League game. Jordan Grant with the first Cincinnati goal in franchise history, but River City has a 3-1 lead. 2 from Dylan Terry in the first half, and 1 from Ace Gagne in this second. Tipped off the tippy toes of Rowan Van Zonen, and it is River City coming back with it on the far hand side. River City's in the blue jerseys. They're heading from right to left in this second half of action. Ball lands to the right of Jake Stovall. Stovall moves it forward for the Dutch Lions. Light shining bright on this artificial pitch. Beautiful field here in Cincinnati. Lots of trees, lots of foliage, and most importantly, lots of great fans. Cincinnati crosses the line. There's a down Wolver. Slow to get up. As Cincinnati looks for another goal. There's Van Zonen off the hands of the River City goalie. That will be corner kick number 4 for the Lions. Cincinnati had 3 corner kicks in the first half. The down River City Rover was Lindo Mafeka. He is slowly back up. Walking a little bit slow, but looks like he will be okay. As Cincinnati will send to the near corner. That will be number 11, Rowan Van Zonen. That's the corner where it's a 90-degree angle. It's not a smooth curve like you see in the far corner with the giant Xavier logo. As we'll see Chris DuPont into the game for Cincinnati. As the corner kick bounces off the chest of a Rover, but there is one line there to Salvatore, and towards his right, he'll find Rowan Van Zonen. Bounces in front of Jordan Grant. He has the first Dutch Lions score in this USL PDL team. Stripped away from Rowan Van Zonen, and the Rovers come up with it. It's a race for the ball. Here comes Brian Casey. Casey chips it back for Eric Oswald. Oswald gulfs it towards his right on the near-hand side. Chris DuPont into the game for Cincinnati. He wears number 8 for the Dutch Lions, as he'll look to move it on the far-hand side. DuPont back to him. He heads towards the Xavier Navy Blue X. Brian Casey now. Near-hand side, moves it up. There is Jeff McClure. McClure behind him, Kyle Smith. Looped up in the air, Jordan Grant tangles down the defender. Grant chips it past the goal line, and that's a goal kick for River City. Grant just took his marker down, and he had a nice look before another Rover came in on his left flank, but Grant swings it wide left of the net. So goal kick for River City. They lead 3-1 in our 58th minute of action here in Cincinnati. Lights shining bright, sun setting past these gray clouds, which have threatened rain all day in the Saturday evening. But so far, what a beautiful night. Eric Oswald treks out near side of the big box, and he finds Garrett Halfhill in front. If you are wondering who won that halftime competition to kick the crossbar between Cincinnati Bengals punter Kevin Huber, former Dayton Dutch Lion and current Columbus Crew member Matt Walker, and a graduate of Xavier University, Ruud Gullit, part of the 1990 World Cup. It was Matt Walker winning that contest. Matt Hill into the game for Nick DeSalvatore. 14 in, 3 out for Cincinnati. Second sub that the Dutch Lions have used tonight. As the Dutch Lions get a throw in right by their bench. Brian Casey near hand side, gets around Dylan Terry. Casey pops it up in the air off a Rover, out of bounds, right in front of the front row of the fans. Throw in for Cincinnati. Moving forward, there is Harmon. Moves it up in front. Trying to relay it back to Harmon was Jordan Grant, but there is a Rover disrupting those plans as River City kicks it towards the Navy Blue X. That's where the spot is. Now back for DuPont. To his left, far hand side. Here come the Cincinnati Dutch Lions. Off the foot of River City Rover, Edemir Sedik, number 8. And the ball lands in front of a Dutch Lion defender. Back with it's River City. Here comes 2 blue jerseys off the face of Casey. And it's back over for the Rovers. Looks like Casey will shake that off. And it looks like we have a substitution for River City on the far hand side of the field. Make it 2 Rovers ready to sub in, as we will have a brand new ball to toss in. It will be Cincinnati's as Grant looks for an open target.
In the 60th minute, substitution for River City. Number 19, Walker Android. For number 8, Amar Sedgwick.
So Amar Sedgwick out, Walker Andriott.
For number 17, Ace Ganya.
So Trey Wells, number 18, he's a midfielder, and forward Walker Andriott into the game for Amir Sedgwick and number 17, Ace Ganya. That all happened in our 61st minute of action here at Corcoran Field on the campus of Xavier University. It's a 3-1 River City Rovers lead, and that is a foul upon the Dutch Lions. Free kick on the way for the Blue Kits. River City moves it forward. Here comes a streaking number 3, Robbie Tarver. He boots it now off the leg of Jordan Grant, trying to send it down the out-of-bounds line, the near-hand side. It's a throw-in for River City once they get the ball back.
Nike is a proud sponsor of USL. Follow @NikeSoccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information.
YouTube's the official online video home of the USL PDL. Subscribe to the channel for free content, and also you're watching it on YouTube at the Dutch Lions Gateway. Don't forget, tomorrow the Dayton Dutch Lions welcome in the Los Angeles Galaxy 2, the reserves of the Galaxy in the MLS, for the first game at the Dock. Whistle's blown by the referee on the field, and it will be a free kick and a yellow card for Chris DuPont. Yellow card happens in the 63rd minute, and that will give River City a free kick. The second yellow card we've seen tonight, the first in the second half, and the first on the Cincinnati Dutch Lions. Chris DuPont with the first Cincinnati yellow card. The first yellow card of the game goes to Louis Berra of River City. He got his in the 31st minute of action. Currently in the 63rd minute, 3-1 River City. Near hand side, the captain of the Rovers with the C and the neon yellow on his left arm. That is Peter May. He turns it over. Harmon almost to the legs of a Rover. Back to Grant. Grant looking for his second goal. There's McClure. McClure's shot off the goalie's hands. And what amazing reach. And looks like that kick in won't fare through. Christian Carey trying to argue he had possession of that ball. Looks like the referee's going to take care of everything. McClure and Rowan Van Zonen arguing their case that they stripped it away from the goalie and knocked it in for the second Cincinnati strike. But the referee is going to say nope. And it will be the goalie Christian Carey's ball to kick. He'll take one lunge at it, back into his net, and he'll send this one away for River City. Header by a Rover, turns the ball over, and here comes Cincinnati's number 10. Number 10 in Kyle Smith. DuPont, far hand side. Kicks it back for one of his defenders trailing. It's Jake Stovall with the ball for Cincinnati. He bounces far hand side, looks to find DuPont. Back to Stovall now. The 8-5 connection. Stovall bounces over towards his right. For number 16, Garrett Halfhill even. Jeff McClure takes a tumble on the turf. He will draw the foul. It'll be against River City and a free kick for Cincinnati's Kyle Smith. He'll plant it right behind the referee who looks towards the River City goalie. And Cincinnati will shoo it away towards the far hand side. Ball up in the air. Nice header by River City's number 3, Robbie Tarver. Cincinnati does have it again. Kyle Smith, far hand side. Nice knockdown. McClure chips it wide. Left of the net. Goal kick, Rovers. A goal kick for the River City Rovers is what Christian Carey and the visiting squad will have to look forward to now. These two teams will meet up next week in Louisville, Kentucky. That's the home of the Rovers. Ball popped high in the air off the chest of River City's Trey Wells, number 18. And we will have a foul against Cincinnati. A down Rover holding his right knee, it looks like. So referee and two of our teammates come to the aid of Louis Barra. He is helped up, and it looks like he'll be A-OK in this 66th minute of action. Free kick for the Blue Kits. They lead 3-1. Our second half of action here. Cincinnati, the sky turning close to a Xavier navy blue color. It truly is a beautiful Saturday night. Cincinnati takes the ball away just north of the X. That's number 11 in Rowan Van Zonen. Far hand side, the Lions move it up in the air. Grant, he's past two defenders. Grant kicks it past the goalie, score! Jordan Grant with his second strike on the night in the 67th minute. It's now 3-2 River City in our second half. Jordan Grant one goal away from a hat trick along with River City's Dylan Terry. And Cincinnati climbs out to a 1-goal deficit. Rovers 3, Dutch Lions 2. Nice look by Jordan Grant, this time on the far hand side. If you remember earlier in the second half, he got on the near hand side and stretched Carey. This time Grant, he gets a nice look on the far hand side and finds the near hand side of the goalie's net.
Number 17, Jordan Grant.
Jordan Grant with the second Cincinnatian goal of tonight's contest, but the visitors still have a 1-goal advantage. Near hand side, Dylan Terry. They'll find a Rover up front, and there's tall Trey Wells controlling it. He'll loop a pass on a skipper on the far hand side. Nice box out motion by Matt Hill. Second sub into the game for Cincinnati. Hill controls it. Back for Harmon. Now played into the feet of Kyle Smith. Smith towards his right. Here comes Cincinnati. Harmon off the feet of a Rover. And a nice sliding stop by Kyle Smith. Delays this Rover kick into their deep side of the offensive field. As off the hands of Oswald, that was very close to going out of bounds. That was Dylan Terry still looking for his third goal of the night. He had a Dutch Lion marking it up very, very closely.
Kevin Walker for number 11, Rowan Van Zonen.
Kevin Walker into the game for Rowan Van Zonen. Kevin Walker listed as a striker on the Dutch Lions roster, led by head coach Terry Nickel. Far hand side now for the Dutch Lions. They control it, down by 1. McClure loops it back, picked up by Kyle Smith. Smith towards his left and in front. He'll find number 8 in Chris DuPont. DuPont, he picked up the first Cincinnati yellow card of the game as River City looks to clear this away. Once the Dutch Lions bounce it up past the half line. There's Harmon now. Harmon chips it past. There's Grant. Grant near corner, heading towards the 18-yard box. Boots it high in the air, almost towards the Xavier Musketeer face, who's wearing a mustache and a frown. But he will send that high in the air past the goal line. Goal kick for River City. In our 70th minute of action, Asa Miller comes in for Louis Berra, I should say. And also the Rovers will swab out another player, looks like. Looks like Dylan Terry heads towards the bench.
Number 10, Asa Miller.
And scratch that, Dylan Terry is being benched for Asa Miller. Asa Miller is a midfielder for River City, taking the place of another midfielder with the first 2 goals of the game. A Rover in neon green shoes gets the ball kicked away from him. Asa Miller, his first action of the field. It's a throw in for Cincinnati. Casey up for McClure, off his head. Chasing that ball is Chris Harmon, but the Rovers going to keep it away from him, just shy of the goal line. Off the head of Grant. He'll set something up for Smith and the Dutch Lions company. And the ball bounces away from a Dutch Lion. Here's a nice opportunity for number 9 in Shaq Hamilton and the River City Rovers. However, Cincinnati grinds that ball away, and it's now the feet of Cincinnati's Garrett Halfhill. Jordan Grant behind him. Back for Brian Casey. Casey moves it forward in the air, and it's Harmon. He's got a defender in front. This is kicked up the hill, and it's a throw in for Cincinnati as a Dutch Lion will watch that ball roll towards the chain link fence. Looks like we'll have a fan in a hat drop it off for Jordan Grant. And the throw in, Cincinnati has it. Look back to Grant, near corner. In the 72nd minute, Grant has to backtrack, and he can't keep it in bounds. It's River City with the throw in. Fans still sticking around. Lots of action on this green grass slope, natural grass. That's where we're setting up camp. That's where you're watching it, Dutch Lions Gateway YouTube channel. And we'll have a whistle and a foul against River City, a push in the back. And Casey fires it back behind for Jake Stovall and the Dutch Lions defenders. In the 72nd minute, it is a 3-2 River City Rovers lead. Out of the reach of Kevin Walter, one of the latest subs in for Cincinnati's USL PDL club. Now picked back up by Chris Harmon. Far hand side, a Rover pops it up in the air. That is Joel Craig. A header by Kyle Smith keeps things for the Orange, but not so fast as River City moves it forward. Walker Andriott kicks it back behind him for Mafeka. Far hand side, taken away on the left portion of the X by Jordan Grant. Off the head of McClure, and the ball is stripped away by Asa Miller. Miller controls it, near hand side, fires it back behind him. There's Mafeka. Mafeka with a gentle right chip. And he'll get the ball again, moves it forward towards the far hand side of the field. Popped up in the air by the boot of number 11 for River City. And sadly, I do not have a number 11 on my roster. I apologize. Or actually, as Cincinnati looks to clear this chance away from River City. There's Grant towards his left. Here comes Cincinnati. Off to the race, picked up by Harmon now. Harmon loops it up in the air. McClure, he is beaten by a header from number 12 of River City. Back over for Kevin Walter. Trying to get to the penalty marker. Brian Casey controls it outside the boxes. Casey loops it up in the air. Here comes McClure, beaten by a header from River City. Casey, he'll try for the 50-50 ball. Knocked up in the air. And the Dutch Lion and the Rover had no idea where that ball was. As here comes Harmon. He controls the ball. Rover checks him, knocks him down. Here's a shot off the face of the goalie. Second chance, score! We have a tie game in the 74th minute of action here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tie game here at Corcoran Field at Xavier University. And never mind. Believe the near linesman might call it offsides. Actually, the referee might call offsides too, and I did not catch that. So I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. My excuse, I'm just trying to get that call up and working. Cincinnati has it, out of bounds. It's River City with a throw-in. '75th minute of action here. Still 3-2 River City. A Rover knocked down on his knees. Foul on the Dutch Lions. Free kick for the Blue Kits. Sky turning darker over the Cincinnati skies. With the ball now. Good movement, but he loses it. That was Asa Miller. It's a throw-in for the Dutch Lions. Near corner popped up in the air. Here's River City off the right foot, heading towards Mafeka. Up in the air, it's a Cincinnati ball for Smith, Kyle Smith. Now it's laced on the far hand side. Kyle Smith controls it, moves it forward, down the reach of Kevin Walter. That means there's two strikers, according to the starting lineup on the field. Jeff McClure, who is a starter today, and Kevin Walter. That's your two strikers on the pitch thus far. And back to the far hand side for Cincinnati. Brian Casey controls it. Here flank, loops a pass, intercepted by River City. Asa Miller finds Lindo Mafeka, and it will bounce for Robbie Tarver. Near hand side, McClure lets it bounce in front of him. He gets it away, but the near linesman says that's offside against Cincinnati. Have to apologize. I believe in the first half I said offsides. That's not the correct soccer term. Offsides, that's appropriate in hockey, I believe, and football, but not football. It's offside because you can't have multiple offsides. It's offside against Cincinnati. River City has it dead on the X. Lunda Mafeka, far hand side. He's got neon pink shoes as he wanders it to the right. Back for Mafeka. In the 77th minute, River City hangs on to a 3-2 lead. Asa Miller controls it. Mafeka pops it slightly over the artificial pitch. Mafeka continues soft kicks. The Rovers are playing a glorified game of keep the ball away from the Dutch Lions. They enjoy a 1-goal lead. Asa Miller, a soft touch for tall Trey Wells. Back for Miller. Popped up by Tarver, and Cincinnati comes away with the ball. Rovers squeeze it away from the Dutch Lions, just a couple seconds away. Now picked up by the Rovers, number 19, Walker Andriott. Walker Andriott now. Picked back up by Jordan Grant. He scored both goals for Cincinnati tonight. Now into the hands of the Rovers. On the far side, there's Chris Moore. Moore dribbles towards his left, finds Mafeka past the line. Mafeka knocked down to the turf, and no foul will be called by the referee. He says, play on and get up. Cincinnati pops it up. Here's Grant. Grant in the 18-yard box. He is wiped out, and McClure comes in. The bouncer. There's a header in front of the goalie. by River City, and Cincinnati has it now. Popped up in the air, heading towards the goalie. He will bounce it off the goalpost, but he needs to not worry as the ball popped up high in the air, goes behind the goal line. That's a goal kick for the visiting River City Rovers. So Christian Carey had a clean sheet in the first half, and he lost it in the 3rd minute of the second half, the 48th minute, if you will, to Jordan Grant. He also gave up another goal about 19 minutes later to the same midfielder for the Cincinnati Dutch Lions. In our 80th minute of action now, River City continues to possess the ball, keeping away from the orange-clad Lions. Stripped away, here's McClure. McClure with 3 other teammates, he'll take it himself and score the equalizer! This time it's real! It is Jeff McClure with his first strike on the season in the 80th minute. We are knotted up at 3 apiece. The striker, Jeff McClure, who's played in all this game, ties this one up at 3 apiece. And that brings this loud, packed crowd with a lot of cheers for their USL Premier Development League team. I mentioned a great turnout, and knock on wood, or knock on whatever, wherever you're nearby, we haven't had a drip of rain fall over our heads from these Cincinnatian skies. Jeff McClure with his first goal of the season, the 80th minute. Goals for Jordan Grant in the 48th and 67th minute. That's your Cincinnati goals. And in the second half, Ace Gagne, who has been replaced recently, he has the 3rd goal for River City. And that's why we are tangled up at 3 apiece. Bouncer off the chest, picked back up by the Dutch Lions defense. Tie game at 3, moving up. There's Cincinnati. Kevin Walter moves it forward. McClure, little chip pass, taken away by River City. Off the body of a Dutch Lion, throw in for the Rovers to the left of the music operator. Right by the line, throwing it in. The Rovers, a good throw up in the air, bounces off the chest of a couple Dutch Lions, and it stays with River City as they move the ball. They want this lead again. In front of the Cincinnati Dutch Lions Football Club banner, a Rover spins the ball right by his jersey. Spins it, then stops it right hand. So he prepares a throw-in. Higher arc, nice header by Cincinnati's Matt Hill. And it's out of bounds on the River City Rovers, much to the disbelief of Trey Wells in River City. He thought that was last touch by Cincinnati, but the far linesman says, nope, that's on the Rovers. Throw in, stopped by Mafeka and River City. Mafeka comes away, and he lays one high and wide of the net. Goal kick for the Dutch Lions. Solid second half for Eric Oswald. He got up 2 goals to Dylan Terry, who was replaced about halfway through our second half. And in this second frame of soccer, only 1 goal allowed to Ace Gagne, as the blue jersey Rovers come up with it again. Loose ball, and we have a foul as Mafeka, he was wiped out on the turf. Free kick coming up for River City. We have a substitution from the near-hand linesman. He had the flag up in his hands. We'll see who the new Rover is coming in. And if I'm a betting man, I think that's number 22, Jarrett Robbins, who was the only one left on my roster here. He'll take the place of number 11. So it looks like Jarrett Robbins coming in. He's a defender for River City.
84th minute, River City substitution. Number 22, Jarrett Robbins. In for number 11, Louis Berry.
Louis Berry out for River City. Now on the far hand side, nice control. Nice sweep for Trey Wells, but a blast is high. Goal kick Cincinnati. That will blast on the blue cover in front of the fence. Lots of Xavier decoration abounds on their home turf. Far hand side for Cincinnati. Northwest of the X. Dutch Lions trying to keep it out of River City's feet. Ball is chipped back to the goalie, who will trace it out of the 6-yard box. Now picked up by Cincinnati's number 4 in Ryan Meyer. Meyer into the game for the Dutch Lions. Nice stop by Mafeka. He'll roll on the north end of the X. And chasing this ball will be the Rovers. That's Robbie Tarver, far hand side, out of bounds on him. Throw in for the Lions. We're not up at 3 in our 85th minute of action, just about underway in the 86th minute. Should have a little bit of stoppage time as River City will take the ball away. McClure slows it down, but the defenders will boot it out. Picking up speed is Andriot. Andriot controls it, left foot, overstretched, but he does a nice job returning to the ball. And wide open, unmarked. Taking the ball now is Tarver. Tarver will check it to the far hand side. Goal kick for the Dutch Lions. Nice play by Tarver. He was unmarked heading towards the 18-yard box. As Cincinnati will have another substitution come in. Waiting for the refs to say you can come in, of course. You can't just come in, but wait, we have whistles. And looks like the referee says, come on in, substitution. And we'll get a word of this in a moment.
Substitution in the 86th minute. Number 21, Colton Tanner. On for number 17, Jordan Grant.
Colton Tanner now into the game, substituting for Jordan Grant, who got the first 2 Dutch Lions goals ever in USLPDL history. There's a kick by the goalie. And a header by River City, leaning over a Dutch Lion. That was DuPont's shoulder that the Rover used upon. Popped up in the air. This one looks like it's about head to Victory Parkway, but it will stay off the road. And a fresh ball will be thrown in. It's Cincinnati's. DuPont, far hand side. Nice pass up front. And on the far hand side, chipped in over the head. And now picked back up by Ryan Meyer. It's kicked away from him. But Cincinnati will track this down out of bounds for a throw-in.
Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to be the official.
Meyer throws it in. In front of him is Kyle Smith. He'll control it. Backpedal for the Dutch Lions defense. It will be sent back toward Eric Oswald. The 87th minute, there's Kyle Smith again, far hand side. Smith launches it in the air. McClure double teamed. He's got the left flank covered by Joel Craig. Craig comes up with it far corner. He boots it back, and Cincinnati picks up the ball. Picked up by Cincinnati's Matt Hill on the far hand side. Hill contains it. There's McClure. McClure tries to trickle around to Rovers, and diving for that ball was Kyle Smith. And River City commits a foul. Free kick on the way for the Rover, or make it the Dutch Lions with the free kick. Rovers with that foul. '88th minutes here at Xavier University. The field name is Corcoran Field. Beautiful soccer field, artificial turf. Great environment. Lights are lining up on this old campus. Looks quite marvelous here, folks. Here's that free kick. Bounces off the back of a Rover and off the foot of a Dutch Lion. And it looks like we will have offsides against Cincinnati. Offside against Cincinnati. So an offside against the Dutch Lions. That means Christian Carey will plant it on the 6-yard box line as he boots it low towards the turf. And it's a Dutch Lions header, moving the ball back the other way. Racing for that ball, that's going to be Harmon. Harmon controls it near hand side. Trying to unmark his defender. Second one comes in and knocks the ball away from him. Play on, says the near linesman. It's chipped away off the chest of Trey Wells. McClure finds DuPont behind him. Back over to our hand side, and it's off the foot of Robbie Tarver, and the Rovers throw in for the orange Dutch Lions. Meyer controls it near hand side. 90th minute of action right now. Picked up by Smith. Smith looks around, boots it towards the goalie, and it goes wide left. Goal kick for River City. '90th minute of action as Carey slowly places the ball back on the 6-yard box line. He'll head towards the pole on the far hand side of the net and laces it up in the air. Header by Rover City, that's Jarrett Robbins. He'll move the ball forward for the Rovers. Kicked away and chipped away by Mafeka, far hand side. River City looking for a late goal, and they just missed by a hair. Goal kick for Cincinnati. Substitution coming in for the Dutch Lions. McClure's coming out. And that looks to be 12, Austin Pierce. So Austin Pierce, a midfielder, joins the fray, taking the place of a striker in Jeff McClure, who has tied the game. And the referee points back towards the goalie saying, wait, you gotta redo that. Now the referee says, okay, you can go ahead and kick it. As the PA announcer has said how much extra time there is. Far kick, high blaster, off a Rover header in the backpack. And here is Mafeka losing the ball to Cincinnati's number 16, Garrett Halfhill, who's played 90 minutes plus thus far. The clock has stopped. It's a college soccer scoreboard, meaning I think you can only play towards 90 minutes. I'm not sure on that, though. Now with it now is Walter Andrea. Andrea kicks it back. Mafeka off a Dutch Lions foot, and it's a takeaway for number 14, Matt Hill. Still in striking distance for the Rovers. Nice clear, but it's back for the Rovers. Just west of the half line. Nice stand in front for Cincinnati as they boot it away off the back of a Rover defender and just out of the reach of Cincinnati's Austin Pierce. Pierce took the place of Jeff McClure, who nearly played all 90 minutes of today's game. Not up at 3, we're in extra time. Andriot, far hand side, past Mafeka. There's Wells, back on the far hand side. Andriot returns it. With it incoming Chris DuPont. It's River City looking to burn away this extra time and come away with a tie. These two teams will meet up in the River City's home pitch next week. Up in the air, nice Rover header over a Dutch Lion, just out of the reach of Kevin Walter, and Cincinnati plays it in the circle. The center circle back for Meyer. Meyer near hand side. He's got Tanner towards his right as he laces a pass in the air. Rover header once, twice, and the referee says stop. That's full time. A great competition today between the River City Rovers and the Cincinnati Dutch Lions. So in the first ever USL, I should say, Premier Development League game, the Dutch Lions come away with a tie against River City. The Rovers had a 3-1 lead at one point, but Jordan Grant and Jeff McClure come up with big goals, and the fans are leaving happy as They saw the Dutch Lions playing their first ever game here at Corcoran Field in Cincinnati, Ohio, Hamilton County, US of A. The Dutch Lions play at River City next week. We'd like to tell you the next home game won't be for a while, ladies and gentlemen. That's May 30th here at Xavier University when the Cincinnati Dutch Lions take on the West Virginia Chaos. Catch that game here on the Dutch Lions Gateway on YouTube. And don't forget the Dayton Dutch Lions of the United Soccer League Pro team. They will take on the Los Angeles Galaxy 2 team, the reserves for the Galaxy, at the Dock in West Carrollton, Ohio. A home opener for the pro team. Don't you dare miss it. This has been Lee W. Mound. We want to thank you for watching tonight's game on YouTube, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back May the 30th for Cincinnati Dutch Lions Soccer. Good night, everyone. Thanks for your time.